Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name is Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and then we are in the book of Job, chapter 8, Bildad. Then Bildad the Shuhite replied, "How long will you say such things? Your words are a blustering wind. Does God pervert justice? Does the Almighty pervert what is right? When your children sinned against him, he gave them over to the penalty of their sin. But if you will look to God and plead with the Almighty, if you are pure and upright, even now he will rouse himself on your behalf and restore you to your rightful place. Your beginnings will seem humble, so prosperous will your future be. Ask the former generations and find out what their fathers learned. For we were born only yesterday and know nothing. And our days on earth are but a shadow. Will they not instruct you and tell you? Will they not bring forth words from their understanding? Can papyrus grow tall where there is no marsh? Can reeds thrive without water? While still growing and uncut, they wither more quickly than grass. Such is the destiny of all who forget God. So perish the hope of the godless. What he trusts in is fragile." That's got a footnote of D. The meaning of the Hebrew word for this is uncertain. So they're not sure the equivalent of fragile. What he relies on is a spider's web. He leans on his web, but it gives way. He clings to it, but it does not hold. He is like a well-watered plant in the sunshine, spreading its shoots over the garden. It entwines its root around a pile of rocks, and it looks for a place among the stones. But when it is torn from its spot, the place disowns it and says, "I never saw you." Surely its life withers away. And then you get a footnote of E with "and." Or surely all the joy it has is that from the soil other plants grow. Surely as God does not reject a blameless man or strengthen the hand of evildoers, he will yet fill your mouth with laughter, on your lips with shouts of joy. Your enemies will be clothed in shame, and the tents of the wicked will be no more. And that is the end of what Bildad has to say. The next chapter is Job's response, and he has 2 chapters in which he will reply back before we hear from one of his friends again. Because his friend is like, clearly, if your children were taken out this way, they were doing things they should not have been doing. And, mind you, that could be true, that could not be true. We don't know. Job was doing what he felt to purify their souls every morning. Whether they asked him to or not, we don't know. We don't know that part of the arrangement. They don't say. So his friend is most definitely making assumptions about his children. And then what parent is, just going to let your friend bash your children who died, all of them, all 10 of them died suddenly, like 3 days ago. So of course, Job's going to have something to say about that. He's still a grieving person. Well, this wasn't 3 days ago. At this point, it's probably at least 7, because they sat Shiva with him. So at least 7 days. Let me correct myself. They just died a week ago. I mean, I don't know of a time limit for that kind of grief. I don't think it exists. I think that's one of those types of grief that just sort of would sit in your heart and sort of be with you, even though you could move on, in some ways and bring a certain joy into your heart, you will forever feel the loss of that, of that person, because that's just too close. So, of course, he's going to have something to say back, right? He was a parent, and these are his children. So if you want to find out what Job has to say back to his friend, you're going to have to come back for chapter 9.